it all in real time, which is probably like the craziest thing ever, is to get that feedback for real.
Laughing.
I love Ickabeard.
Ickabeard.
Hashtag Ickabeard. Ichabod's familiar.
Now he does have to be his own character, right? And slowly do it up. So yeah, what was that like having to watch it in real time with the people who are all the stuff that you've been working on actually be shown for the first time?
It's so fun.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's been a lot of work leading up to it, so it's nice to finally be like, hey, look, we did it.
And I love just like seeing everyone's reactions in the chat. Just like
Ichabod! I mean, he's a fan favorite.
Who doesn't love Ichabod?
I love Ichabod.
Absolutely, he's a good one. Yeah, and I love the comments in the chat that's like he's playing up all of the stereotypes of what a horny dwarf would act like. Really.
Yep.
Makes perfect sense.
Yep.
And kudos to you guys for dealing with it in a humorous way. It's like you're all playing the straight women to his character.
And I'm playing all the others.
All the others, exactly.
Of Ichabod.
Yeah,
flirting with you.
It's usually me.
So important to note that you guys recorded this before the Stream of Annihilation, right?
Yes,
yeah, we did.
Yeah, someone asked that actually on the questions. Yeah, we filmed this a couple weeks before the stream of Annihilation. So we've been working hard. It was nice to take a little break and go to Seattle and then come back and work some more. But yeah.
Yeah, and then you guys were had the adventure content ahead of time, so you were able to kind of plan it out and figure it out, and hopefully introduce all the fun guides that are in Port Nyanzaru for everybody else. So that's super cool. So we do have a whole bunch of questions from Twitch as well as on Twitter. So I'll just start firing away on you guys. But if you guys have questions in chat, go ahead and put the question in all caps ahead of the chat so we can quickly point them out. And I'll pick these guys' brains with what you guys want me to. So first up, this is from Twitter. What got you into tabletop games for the first time? Like what it actually was? I know we talked about this in the podcast, but real quick.
The little monkey.
Yeah, me. I got her. But for me, when I was living up in the Bay Area, I have a lot of friends who played tabletop RPGs, and so they invited me to join, and I was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And I had this like super cool drow character. And but then I moved, and so we had to like.
She moved in with me here.
I moved in with Kim.
Southern California.
I pressured her.
She's like, let's start a D&D campaign, and then that's how I got, hooked, and she kind of, she let me DM.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, I did warn you.
You did warn
me. I feel like there's a lot of rumors going around that I was just like, yeah, do it.
No, it sounded like fun to me to DM, and so yeah, but I didn't realize how many rules there were until I ordered the books and was like,
But it feels like you're like a natural born storyteller. So like you've got part of that going on, which helps with Dungeon Mastering. So we don't have to worry so much about the rules or the little itty bits about the rules, but you can figure out how to keep going. And definitely having great role players like the rest of the cast really helps.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely lean on the role playing aspect of it. But we follow the rules as best we can.
Right.
We do our best.
So this was a question that came up both on Twitter and on the chat right now. So how did you guys come up with your character? So I guess Erica, this goes to you. Like, how did you envision your character?
Well, I kind of just like stumbled upon the Pixie like playable character sheet online, and
look at her haircut. Like she's
I got short hair, but also ever since like I was a little kid, I've always like loved like fairies and like fairy tales, and just I used to try to find fairies in my yard when I was a kid. So it just felt.
Like the mushroom rings and like the little fairy houses.
I always try to find mushroom rings. I haven't actually seen one yet. It's like this like goal in my life to find a fairy circle.
We used to make little fairy outfits and leave them out, and our mom would take them and would be like, the fairies got them.
Yeah.
Aw. That's super cool. So you said you found it online. Where did you find the rules for the player character for the pixie?
D&D Wiki.
Nice. Getting some community content in there.
We actually have had a lot of people asking us, I want to play a pixie.
Yeah, so
how did you build it? So
I've just been having people email me or email the Girls Get Glory email, and I would send them the link and like let them know what changes I made to the character. Like I think the main thing separate from the player website is that we added +1 to her armor class because she is only like 9 inches tall. So I feel like
she's a little harder.
She'd be harder to hit. Yeah.
Right. She's like naturally dexterous and able to fly around. That makes sense.
Yeah. But that's also something I'm always like, talk to your DM. Don't like.
Yeah.
Don't just do it on your own because your DM might be like, So.
Luckily, you have a nice DM.
Yeah.
Too nice.
Who you live with.
Yeah.
Things are gonna get tough after this.
No. I'm not ready.
Awesome. We have some designers up here in Seattle who might be able to put together something for you. Maybe we'll do that on a Dragon Plus article or something like that, like the Pixie player character that you guys use. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, she got some cool fan art too.
Yeah.
Ooh, we gotta start that up and let people see for sure. Cool. So what do you guys think about this format? So I think a lot of people in the chat are asking like how the rest of this series will go. You want to talk about your plans for that?
Yeah, so we filmed it, pretty much did a super long campaign, and we split it up into about 15-minute episodes. And it'll be like this every week, where 2 of the cast members will be here. Next week we have Allie and Alice, so our Demon Blood Guard and our Druid Gnome will be here. We might even get to hear some live music from our bard, hopefully. Yeah, and you'll get to see the next episode, which will just start from where we left off on this one.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So they will be around the same length, you think?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They'll be about 15 minutes each. Nice.
All right. So this is a good question. I think a lot of people picked up on this theme on Twitter as well as in Twitch. But this is a question for you, Kim. I'm just going to read it verbatim because it's written in a nice way. So we can tell that you have grown a lot as a DM over the past few months. What have you learned recently that has significantly shaped or influenced the way you approach your game, as well as things you might have learned during the Stream of Annihilation?
Yeah. So recently, I guess the main thing I learned is that I'm really nice. You can put a little more fear in them because I'm always like, I don't want to kill him. But I'm going to instill more fear. But yeah.
It's not just fear. It's dramatic. It's dramatic, you know.
If you feel like something might happen. But yeah, so that'll be fun for them, a little bit more challenging. Yeah, I mean, every single time we play, I learn something new. So the rules, slowly learning them, I can take, be able to, I don't know, take something from every time I play. To learn stuff from sitting at the table with Matt Mercer, obviously, and Mike Merles, learned a lot there. So yeah, it's been a very good learning experience. I also learned how much fun it is just to play.
Yeah.
And not DM as well. So yeah, it's been a fun learning experience.
Neat. Cool. So what are some of the unique things that each of the players kind of bring to the table? We'll obviously get to talk to them a little bit more when they do their Q&A sessions, but from your perspective, as well as yours, Erica, like what do you think is everyone's certain niche? Obviously Ichabod brings a little special something, especially in this episode, to the table, but what about the others?
Well, I mean, we have Rachel, who plays Moira, our human paladin, and she's always just like trying to get us to be very righteous and very, not quite, because I feel like a lot of us are kind of chaotic, but she's very like lawful good. So she's always just trying to like get us to do the right thing. I feel like Alice is, or Rowan's kind of the same way. But then there's Lilith, who, of course, she's like a great bard. She actually plays music when we play. Like in our apartment.
So when
So we'll just be like sitting around and we'll just have like ambient music, just like live. She's just playing, and that's great. But she's just hilarious because she always wants to seduce any like relatively good-looking like that we come across. So like Kim will be like, "Oh, a man approaches you," and Lilith is immediately like, "How good-looking is he?"
On a scale of 1 to 18, how good is it?
And then obviously Ichabod brings.
Oh yeah, Ichabod is just
new. Brings it to a whole nother level, which we love.
Right.
Sujatade she does such a good job of she's in character the whole time. She's whenever we finish, she's always like, "Oh, my voice."
I think that's one of my favorite parts about your guys' play, at least from the edited episodes. I'm not there when you guys are playing for real, but that you guys use your accents and stay in character even when you're just talking about rules or what you guys are going to do. I think that brings. I wish I've only had a few role playing sessions where that was true of all the people at the table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean we're all actresses, so that's part of why we love it, is getting to be in character and play around. And we warned you, terrible accents, so.
Yes, indeed. So I'm going to warn you because it is, of course, Twitch chat, and they like to ask questions that are not about Dungeons and Dragons, it's just more about you. So, Eric, I'll throw this to you first. Do you like pineapple on your pizza, or is that a no-go?
Oh, I'm all about pineapple on my pizza.
Right answer.
I like to get pineapple and bacon.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Like Hawaiian, but instead of Canadian bacon, it's like real breakfast bacon. So,
I like it. What about you, Kim?
About it.
Yeah, I'll eat it. I'll eat pineapple on pizza too.
Well, that's different about whether you like it or not, though.
Well, okay, I like pizza whenever I get it because I can't have gluten or eggs. So whenever I go, like, they're gluten-free pizzas and egg-free pizzas. So whenever I have pizza, no matter what's on it, I'm like, oh, this is so good. So yeah, I usually like to throw just about everything on my pizzas. So
that makes it awesome.
Yeah, all the veggies, everything, pineapple too. I'll put it all on there.
One of my favorites from back when I lived in New York was a pizza place called Two Boots, and they had one that was called just like a salad pizza, or no, it's called the Earth Mother. It's called the Earth Mother pizza, and it was basically like just a thing with like veggies on top of it that were like 3 inches thick. And my wife always got that. I was like, oh my god, that's so good.
There's Two Boots down here, I think.
Is there a Two Boots in LA?
I think there's a Two Boots in Silver Lake.
Oh, good. Yeah, and I'm glad it made it. They also have ground up cornmeal on the bottom of the pizza, so it has like a crunch to it. Really good. Yeah, do it.
I want pizza.
Oh, so this is a crazy question. I mean, it might be a little bit new for you, but Billy B 1993 asks, "What's your opinion on players that sometimes try to kill other players? Have you ever experienced that?"
Guilty.
Yeah. So in that campaign where I played a drow, my friend and I played drow sisters, and there was another player who, so we were lawful evil, and but there's another player who was playing a surface dwelling male drow, and he would always just like talk back to us and like sass us, but like we didn't like that because drow society, ladies and men are like on different tiers, and he was just like just like sassing us. So we talked, had like a little conversation, like, hey, like, would you be really mad if we tried to kill you just because and he was like, yeah, totally, that's fine, I'll just make a new character. And we're like, okay, cool. So yeah, we killed him.
But also the girls in our group are really nice.
Yeah, we like our group, I feel like we don't have any like evil characters. I think the closest is maybe like Lilith, who's kind of, I think she might be more on the like the neutral side.
Mm-hmm.
But
and Ichabod can be kind of,
but I don't see Ichabod ever like being
no one's ever like evil in our group, and they're pretty good players as far as like taking the bait when I give it to them.
So how did that drow thing? I mean, so all three of you, the players involved, were drow. Is that right?
Yeah, we were all drow.
Were you all evil drow, or were you like some were good, some were not?
I don't know. what his alignment was, but my friend and I were both lawful evil.
All right. Well, same.
Like, we weren't just gonna kill him just for the sake of killing him. Like, we thought he was being disrespectful to us, and
Right, and it being a matriarchal society, you'd be like, no, that doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. We were like this, and he was a surface dwelling drow, so we were just like, ugh, like, what's this trash talking to us this way? You know what I mean?
Right. Kudos to you guys. You should have turned him into a drider. That would have been the ultimate badass thing to do.
I'm super bummed because I got his cape that like allowed us to fly, but then my friend got married, so they had to like stop playing for a while, and then I moved, so I never actually got to use the cape.
Dang it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, now you have wings, so you get to fly all the time.
I can fly all the time.
This makes sense. So here's another question from Twitter. So how did you decide on more like the visual representation? Like, how did the cosplay kind of elements coalesce? Were you always going to do that, or did that kind of come naturally?
When we like decided to do like the series, we wanted to like dress up. We just thought it would be a lot of fun.
We like
like
we're super like Erica has tons of costumes since we were kids. For those of you who don't know, we're sisters. But since we were kids, we always had the costume closet. Yeah, and like a costume box.
Play dress
up all the time. So I think we're just kind of like bringing this into adulthood.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I have so many costumes for like the Renaissance fair that I was like, I can just like costume most of us.
So everything I'm wearing is hers, or the bodice and the horns are both Erica's. And we just like dressing up. So we don't dress up every time we play, but when we decided to film it, we thought, put on costumes and have kind of a visual representation of our characters a little bit.
Yeah, I think it also helps like with the like role playing a little bit,
Yeah.
Because like, what would Ichabod be without his beard?
And those brows, the eyebrows change every time, and I love it.
I know. I love that the chat was talking about how the beard was its own character, and then I think the eyebrows would be too. Really.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
That makes sense.
Ichabrows.
Ichabrows. Hashtag Ichabrows.
Yeah.
So Erica, did you work with each one of the players to kind of develop their thing together, or did other people bring stuff to the table? Like, how did the process work?
Well, we all kind of had like ideas. Like each player had ideas of what they wanted to wear, and I mean, like I helped. Like they brought their costumes in before we filmed, and so we just like talked about it, added stuff. And we also wanted to like be comfortable, so we don't have a lot of the time we're wearing like jeans under the table.
Oh,
right, that makes sense. I'm not wearing any pants right now. I mean, that's just what you do.
Neither are we.
I'm not wearing shoes.
Neither of us are wearing. But yeah, so we did have it was a little bit of a collaborative process, but yeah, a lot of the girls just brought things.
Mm-hmm. That dress that Allie wears was her mother's,
and the crown she wears was from another photo shoot that she did. But
she's a musician too. It's on the cover of her album.
Yeah, but she's wearing my
Hollywood
wig.
High. Check it out. By Allie Goody.
She'll be able to plug it even more next week.
Yeah. But yeah, she's wearing my wig. Alice is wearing all of her own stuff. She brought all that. She looks great. Ichabod's wearing all of our stuff.
Mm-hmm. I sewed that Ichabod cape for Halloween.
Oh, really?
Years ago.
Yeah, for my ex.
And then Rachel's wearing all her own stuff. So
cool. All right. Do any of you? This is another question from chat. Do any of you do cosplay? You mentioned going to like the Ren Fair and stuff. Do the other players do stuff like that and dress up when they're go to other events or conventions or things?
I know that Rachel has a Rey cosplay. I don't know how many other cosplay she has.
Rey? What's Rey?
Rey from The Force Awakens.
Oh, that Rey. For some reason, I was trying I don't know a comic book character named Rey, but that makes much more sense now.
Yeah, we're going to Comic-Con this year, and yeah,
Erica and Rachel are.
I'm so excited because I have because I like get really into Halloween, so I'll like make pretty crazy costumes for that. And I just want another excuse to wear all those costumes.
She has an awesome Sailor Moon and a really cool Lilu
from Fifth Element.
Yeah. Ooh, cool.
And really cool. Jareth from Labyrinth.
Yeah. Oh, no way, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Labyrinth so much.
Gender bent Jareth and Sarah last year for Halloween.
Oh my gosh, I need to see pictures of that. Like stat. That's good stuff.
I have a really
She's
cool
got a good
Bellatrix
Bellatrix.
Lestrange from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Oh
Really good.
man, yeah. So how? I have to talk about Labyrinth for a second because it feels like it's like right in the vein of fandom. Did you guys watch that at a young age together?
I think no, you didn't watch it until you were an adult.
I didn't see it until like last year or something.
Yeah,
What?
I as a kid though. I think I was with my brother. We have an older brother, and I remember going to Blockbuster, and him grabbing the Labyrinth on VHS, and I was super young, and David Bowie comes out, and I asked my brother, I was like, "Oh, is that the evil lady?" And then he laughed at me.
Aw.
But yeah, I watched it a lot as a kid and as an adult as well. But I think it's so weird that you didn't watch it.
I know.
How did
That
you?
is weird.
Because I left for college.
But I mean, I wasn't. You weren't that much older than me.
I was busy. I was
Oh yeah, she would
All
do.
right.
He had like. You did like honors classes, A period, professional theater, like
dance team.
dance team.
I was
dance classes.
I was one of those. So I was like busy.
Yeah.
You got a 4.75 GPA.
Yeah, I thought it was like you had a 4.5, and you were like actually 4.2.
I know, right? I had a 5.2 GPA.
Yeah, my GPA was 7.
I got 5 stars in my GPA. What'd you get?
I'll give you both 5 stars.
Aw, thanks. Thanks, Mom. That's great. So another question from Andre Zarta from the Twitch chat, and this is for you, Kim. What does your prep phase look like? What sort of things do you put special attention to, and what things come more naturally to you so that you feel better improvising them? I think that's a bunch of questions in a row there.
This time was a little different because I was in the world of Tomb of Annihilation. So for this one, you guys sent me over, all the stuff which you'll all get to see when it comes out. But so it was kind of piecing through that and seeing what parts I wanted to take, how I wanted to put them together. So there are parts of it if you read the book, you'll see like I moved it over here. It's not on their path at all. But and I'll decide on the characters ahead of time, but then there are always random characters that come up that I just make up on the spot. And then I have all the stats for every encounter that they come up with. So for the Drunk Ring, which is our other series, our adventure one on our YouTube, that one I just like completely just made stuff up out of my head. And for that one, it was like, what do I think would be funny? I think it'd be funny if they all had to like be drunk. It was more toward like, what's going to be fun and funny. This one's more intricate, which is cool. Like what's going on in the world, and it's a bit bigger in that aspect, but
Right.
yeah. And then we play with maps. Someone else I know asked about our visual aspects. So usually I'll build a map like on Photoshop or whatever and get it printed, or sometimes we just use the whiteboard depending on how much time I have.
Cool. Yeah. Do you guys play with minis too, or is it just the map? All right, cool.
Yeah. Our friend Dallas also made us these cool little coins.
Shout out to Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
Yay, Dallas.
Like cool coins. So one side is like our face, like our character's face with like our character name, and on the other side is our character name and then our face, but it's like
Covered in red and blood.
So that's like if we die, we flip it over, which we have.
Okay.
So
Soon, Kim. Gotta make it happen.
No.
See, that's a spoiler, so you know what's gonna.
I'm not ready to die.
So I see a question here. Yes, I am. I am jealous I'm not able to play in this campaign. It's a question for me. It was like, are you jealous, Yobi? And I'm like, yes, I am. Because it looks like you guys are having a lot of fun. And I like I said, I like the idea that you guys are kind of always role playing. Even when you're talking about what your character is doing, it always feels like you're in the zone. And I like that. And sometimes, people will just be like, oh, I say this, but not actually like act it out. And I just love that it's the opposite for you guys. So I am jealous of that. I wish I could play next time, maybe.
When we started, I hadn't watched a ton of, the different games, so we kind of created it from just the books and what Erica told me. And so we just were like, that's how it is. We're in character the whole time. So that's how we played from the beginning.
Yeah, that's how we just kind of like decided to do it.
It's fun that way.
Nice. I think that's cool. And it's not always the case, though. I think in older editions, in like first edition, I remember this kind of vividly in like the Dungeon Master's Guide, or maybe it was the Player's Handbook. They had like a script. It was like a 2-page script where you could see like what a typical D&D session was like. And it was very little role playing. It was not like about that. It was about like how they're going to break down the door and fight the monster. It was never really about like, I say this in this voice or this accent or this kind of thing, because they were trying to get across like how the referee kind of situation works with the thing. So I think a lot of people took that as the cue of like, oh, that's how you play. And I think that's changing now with streaming and live play, even edited shows like yours, in that people get to see a different style, and be like, oh, well, I think you could do storytelling in this way and have it much be more improv theater. And obviously people like to watch that a little bit more rather than the minutiae of like, I move 3 squares and I hit my sword. That's fun. I like that style of play too, but it's more entertaining, I think, when the way you guys do it.
Well, we have a lot of fun doing it our way, for sure.
Can't argue with that, right? So it looks like we have time for maybe like 2 or 3 more questions. So I will scroll through up here. Oh yeah, this is a cool idea. Would you guys ever want to meet up or play a game with other groups in LA, like Maze Arcana or Critical Role?
Yeah, we've
talked about that.
Yeah, actually, my friends right here, and Satine actually just texted me. Hi, Satine. And yeah, I mean, we've definitely talked about it with other groups, and I think it would be so much fun. I would be super into it.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun to play with different people also during the stream, because all of us started playing together. So we've only played, well, except for you and Rachel. But the other 4 of us have only played with each other. So it was kind of fun to play with new people and experience that, and new DMs. And yeah, cool.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, and then playing with Matt Mercer must have been a lot of fun too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He makes it look easy. He's so good. And very descriptive, and yeah, we had a blast with him.
He's great at describing like where you are and the feelings of everyone. Oh my gosh, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
We get better about descriptions.
Okay.
So I see a bunch of people asking about this, so I gotta at least throw it out there. For the next time you guys do a series or a season, would you think you'd want to stream it?
We're talking about it.
Yeah, we're actually talking about doing live streams, because I mean, like, I think it would be so much fun. And
yeah, we're talking about it. So me being a new DM, just the idea of live streaming makes me really nervous to do, and because we're also constantly like, what's the rule? So it feels like that pressure, but we're coming up with some ideas on how to do it, and yeah, I think we're gonna try and make it happen. This summer we have a lot of people traveling here and there, so that's why you'll see like Allie's gonna be here next week, but then she's gonna be in Europe for a month, so be sure to get your questions in for her next week, and then she's not back again until August. But so yeah, we have a lot of in and out, and that's the thing about all of us is we all have kind of schedules. So
right.
Also finding a set, like we can stream on this day at this time, but we want to make it happen. So we're working on it. We're working on it for all of you.
Yeah.
For all of you out in Twitch land.
Yeah.
I think it'd be super cool, and I think the experience that you've been getting running the game more and more will hopefully you lose those jitters and be able to do it too. But I totally agree with you as far as the weekly commitment to such a thing is super tough.
Especially if I'm DMing, it's a lot of work. Like I put a lot of work into each campaign, so I don't know that and I have other projects too. I'm a writer, actress, so many hands in different pots. So it's hard to say like I can set aside the time to create the campaign and put it all together each week. So yeah, we're figuring it out. We're gonna figure it out.
Awesome. And one last question: will we see the return of Farron?
Yes.
So
Yeah, we filmed this prior to Stream of Annihilation. So yeah, you'll get to see Farron pre Tower of the Curator. So
Good.
he'll live for a moment longer. Yeah.
I actually put out a bat signal to find someone who has the spell true resurrection, so we could maybe bring Farron back.
Who knows? Maybe
Aw.
someday it'll be a whole journey for them to try and bring Farron back, but we'll see.
Right. Well, I don't want to give too much away, but if you do bring him back before the death curse is resolved, it may not be good for him.
That's
Yeah.
true. Well,
No, it'll be later on if that happens.
yeah.
Exactly.
If it
Right.
happens, we'll see.
If.
Big if. But you will get to see him pre disintegration. I think in episode 2, actually.
Awesome. So yeah, I guess that's kind of related to that. Can we get a do from you, Kim? Excellent. All right, awesome. So you mentioned you guys have other projects and stuff going on. So feel free to let people know in chat what you guys are doing right now, other than Girls Guts Glory.
Well, I work as an assistant stylist, so I run around at PR companies a lot of the time and get to dress really cool people for events and shoots, and that's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where can they find out about that?
I mean, I don't really post about it on Instagram that much, but I work for Natalie Saidi. So you can follow her on Instagram, and anything she posts.
Hashtag styled by Nat.
Styled by
she's
Nat.
her assistant.
Yeah, so I work with her.
Yeah. I've been
most of the time.
doing a bunch of writing. I have a movie coming out this summer called Scales.
Oh, no way, really?
So check it out. It's a kids movie. So bring your Little Mermaids to go see it. I think it comes out July 21st. And then another movie I did, Woody Harrelson, Liam Hemsworth Western, is on Netflix now. Right? Netflix? No. Hulu. It's called The Duel. So check that out.
Sweet. And you were acting in those?
Yep. So the writing stuff is newer. I've been writing for like a couple of years now. So yeah, just finishing scripts and stuff.
Awesome. Cool. When your guys' Twitter handle, I think, is displayed below. So go ahead and follow these ladies, as well as Girls Guts Glory on Twitter. What's the YouTube page is also Girls Guts Glory too, right?
Yeah, Girls Guts Glory. And our website is girlsgutsgloryrpg.com. And on there you can find character sheets when they were level 3. You can read up on their, I made them all do a bunch of background questions. That was part of my prep as DM. I was like, I'm going to add more questions, make them do a bigger backstory so we can kind of bring characters in from their past and stuff.
Yeah, and there's also like player bios, and I think we might even have a GGG blank character sheet on there. So I don't know. Yeah, want to use that.
Cool. I like all the handwritten character notes and things that are on there too. It definitely brings that kind of handcrafted feel.
Yeah.
Very cool. So go check those out. Great. All right. Well, it was really great talking to you guys, and we'll be back next week at 2 p.m. Right? 2 p.m. Pacific time, and it'll be Ali and Alice joining us.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So get your questions in ready for them. We'll have a brand new episode. So of course there might be some episode related questions you guys want to get into the chat, but always feel free to message me on Twitter. I'm at Greg Tito, as well as the official Wizards _DND Twitter page as well. Like us on Facebook. You can find out about Dungeons & Dragons at dungeonsanddragons.com. I mentioned the Dragon Talk episode where you guys talked a little bit more about your background and how you guys got started. So feel free to check out that. It's a podcast I host with Shelly Mazanoble, who is at Origins right now, demoing her new game that's going to be coming out in October called Betrayal at Baldur's Gate, which is pretty awesome. It's a tabletop adventure game, kind of. It's like a board game that's modular, and it had a horror type feel with Betrayal at House on the Hill, and now we're bringing it more into building a cityscape of D&D. So that's pretty exciting. Again, we're going to be having a lot more shows coming on to the D&D Twitch channel. On Monday, we're recording Dragon Talk Live. Shelly won't be there, but at 2 p.m., I'll be talking to Jeremy Crawford, as well as Stan Brown, and Bart Carroll will be coming in to host with me. So you guys will get to see his lovely visage as well. On Tuesdays, I think we had an off day from Dice Camera Action. Sorry, you guys, you have to kind of bear through me as I get through all these announcements. But Dice Camera Action will be returning at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and I might do a little segment before that we're calling D&D News, starting at 3:30 Pacific time, just kind of catching you guys up on this and doing these kind of announcement things so Chris Perkins doesn't have to deal with that. But the amazing stories of Diath, Evelyn, Strix, and I'm forgetting Nate's character's name right now. What's Nate's character's name? Damn it. Now I'm screwed up. But anyway, they're dealing with the death curse as well. And Evelyn is I think choosing to die at the end of this last episode. So this new episode will be kind of crazy. She's sacrificing herself for her teammates. So it's been kind of crazy hearing Anna Prosser-Robertson talking about the choices that she's been making. She did a wonderful job hosting the Stream of Annihilation, which you can always check all the backlogs for all that, including the games that you guys were in, as well as all of the content about the Tomb of Annihilation storyline that's coming out and all the partner products. There's too many of those to list, but go watch all those. They're also on our Twitch page and on our YouTube page. I think I'm done talking for now, so I'm going to take a sip of water. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks.
All right, bye.
Bye.